Hello everyone, this is Joel McCoy here to talk to you today about one of the many informal scientific societies of the 18th century. In 1765, it only took one group of men and a couple of informal discussions of natural philosophies and issues of the day to have a formation of individuals striving for the improvement of human life and conditions. These men were called the lunatics. And the lunatics arguably had the vision to combine scientific study with economic and industrial interest in order to pursue the dream of having men live on the moon. One of the many points of this project was to have a better understanding of God's creation, seeing as though religion was still a very, very strong influence at the time, and to improve the human mind. It was believed that knowledge's sole purpose was to improve the world after all. And all this to say that this group called the lunatics, which often took place at the Soho House, or Matthew Boulton's house, was comprised of businessmen, natural philosophers, chemists, physicians, industrialists, and many other great people who have very demanding intellectual capacity to participate in such a project that was aiming to completely revolutionize the way we humans reside on Earth. A decade later, however, in 1775, with the initiation of William Small and Benjamin Franklin, the group was then called Lunar Society because it apparently had reference to the fact that members met monthly on either a Sunday or Monday closest to the full moon. Lunar Society was all in all aimed to advance knowledge, rational entertainment, technological training, professional occupation, and of course the very first advancement to having men live on the moon. The Lunar Society was actually a fairly petite group who received quite the title, the Fathers of the Great Industrial Revolution, and despite being an informal group, an attempt was made in 1775 to lay down a more legitimate framework. The name spread fast due to the fact that other groups would also meet on a full moon as well to provide nightlight for a safe ride home. One of the very importances of the Lunar Society, however, is the fact that it's one of the very roots of experimental chemistry, physics, engineering, medicine, combined with the world of business, politics, social ideas, great men with great leadership in manufacturing and commerce. The society never reached a number more than 14 in terms of members of the group. The main members of the team were inventors such as Darwin, poets, the perfectionist of the steam engine James Watt, which we'll be talking about later, and geologist John Witterberg, Dr. William Withering, and many more. Darwin's knowledge and theory and skill in socializing complemented Boulton's complex and technological expertise, along with his entrepreneurial drive. James Watt was arguably one of the most famous members of the Lunar Circle, and is the one who is most frequently credited for the birth of the great steam engine, as mentioned. The use of the steam engine was used to increase transportation, and it was also placed in machines to increase the rate of production, therefore the start of mass production. The idea of replacing men by machine was increasingly shocking at the time. Incredibly, it was an extremely new thing to them. And so shortly after the invention of the steam engine, Watt and Matthew, a capitalist and owner of the Soho Engineering Company, had then partnered up. And so what that led to is the combination of Watt's ideas and Matthew's wealth and industrial power. The two became incredibly famous. Watt lived until August 19th, 1819, which gave him enough time to realize that the steam engine was the absolute greatest factor that influenced the whole industrial area. It demonstrates furthermore how the world was greatly affected and enhanced, so to speak, to improve human life thanks to this Lunar Society. William Murdoch was the one to invent the very first self-powered locomotive. This all goes to show that the Lunar Society is who we need to thank for the many things that we have on the Earth right now. They're the group that influenced machinery and many other great things, and they're one of the groups that shaped how the world works today, and we thank them for this today. My name is Joel McCoy, and thank you very much for listening.